With the end of the fray coming up, I have offered to look over some people's gameplay for the AM tourney. So we'll just be picking out some things, some like major flaws in their gameplay that they might not see themselves would be harder to pick out, aka Vod Review. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, let's see where they go. All right, 3-1 split. Seems to be their first comp, since I'm seeing a lot of strong characters here.
2 on C, 3 on C.
I'd say looks almost equal in the comps, but I think the other team has stronger comp, seems like. Stronger team fighting comp for this type of position anyways. Okay, good parry. Unfortunate. Alright, let's go ahead and rewind that. Find out what happened here. Alright, so here they're all alive. What happens exactly? Okay, seems like the pirate's eating a lot of stuff in kind of a bad position. I think the pirate was aggressing on somebody when he really shouldn't have been because like there's a ton of other people around him to peel. So it's like, all that guy has to do is parry, and if he gets the guard broken, then it doesn't matter. Yeah, he's trying to go AoF spawn to see if they can get the capture. There might have been an enemy going towards it. I'm not really sure. No, I guess it's a free capture. Okay. All right. Best thing to do here would be probably, yeah, clear through mid. They are going to take a 3v2 on A, which is not the play, because the thing is, like, the enemy team has mid right now. So that's gaining a lot of points, and they also have C while they're just stalling A. So if this fight is not won really, really quickly, then they essentially get a massive point gen, like massive point advantage. So what you want to do here is first you want to try to get control of the mid lane, and then you want to try to push one of the side points. Now he's getting ganked trying to clear it. He's not going to be able to do much with this advantage because of JJ. Yeah, he's dead.
Same people on the fight is more.
Okay, now they have 2 in mid. Good, it's a 2v2 so far. We've gotten a decent amount of damage, and now they've... Yeah. Alright, they've destroyed one guy's health pool. They're not ganking this very well, though. The guy's just kind of dodging around. See, they should have just focused on, like, clearing mid a bit. Or, like, one guy should, get the line all the way to the... Because, like, it's still being contested. If they can just at least get mid and then try to fight off mid, then it's a really good, like, thing because they're constantly getting points while they're taking the fight, of course. They're not ganking this very well. Honestly, this probably isn't even a good gank opportunity. This guy has a lot of venge. He has, so you're not going to be able to do a setup. You're only going to be able to do a kick gank. And even on a kick gank, you're only going to be able to get one heavy before he gets venge, which is really bad. So ideally, you want to have somebody 1v1 while the JJ goes helps out in the fight or something, because the gank's just not worth it here. But that's the great thing about having C. It's so easy to get out. And see, now, them having their point and getting mid lane, like holding it the entire game, they have a massive point, like a point advantage here. So what they want to do now is you want to push all 4 of you people through mid, so that you can clear through that, right? You can make the enemies outnumbered, and then you want to push a side point. Either you can send a 2-2v2s to both of the side points, or you can just have somebody connector and send 3 to a side point. But they don't seem to be doing that. They seem to having a guy going for a back cap, which makes these guys in an even fight here, which is not good because they're not going to be able to clear mid lane in an even fight. They'll just get killed.
Oh fuck! Serious?
Yeah, which seemed to be about what happened. Now the guy on C is probably getting ganked up right now. He's probably gonna die soon. They're not gonna be able to help him. And then all it'll take it's basically just one for it's one at this point for the other team. There's probably no coming back from this. Yeah, go skip through. All right, let's see. So an optimal starting rotation on this map would be to probably send about 2 to mid and 2 to A, or you send 1 A, 3 mid. Seems to be they're sending 2, which is good. It's arguable whether like which rotation is better. But I'd say since they only sent 1 up here, it'd probably be better just to let somebody 1v1 him so you don't get like ganked in mid because that's the more valuable point. Now they're having a 2v2 though. That's fine. Their teammates aren't getting outnumbered now. BP, he's playing too close to the conch. He needs to play like further away. Because like conch can have like easy pressure on him. He didn't really have any way to get away from conch. So he needs to space a bit. But they've gotten a lot of damage so far. They need to coordinate a bit better. Like Raider's really low, so he's like out of the fight, and then you can just coordinate, you know, either bashing for a neutral zone or doing something similar, you know. Like GBing for BP's neutral heavy, so he can land it on counter guard break, kind of anything. Because if Raider peels, he's dead. So you can just sit there and try to gank his teammate. And then yeah, of course, like this guy's way out of position. So this is very easy just to get a simple bash gank on him, and then Zonhu can peel the Zerker or something. But they didn't really do that. It was a pretty easy situation of just gank the guy and the other, and like your teammate peels. They let the enemies clear the mid lane a bit though. They should have taken the fight a bit further from the mid lane. And now they're getting trip cap because they lost the fight extremely quickly. Yeah, that was just they just played that badly. They should have just ganked the guy, and then one guy peels, and then you know that guy now has a health advantage, like has a health disadvantage. He's probably need to rotate out. So you just sit there and hold mid lane, get more point gen, you know, gank another guy. There's a lot of ways to play that. Yeah, he's playing way too into the Raider. He needs to play like a lot farther away. BP does not have a lot of defensive options to get away from characters if they're already in their mix-up. You need to be away from them. So like you can maybe do a dodge forward heavy to peel for somebody, you know, and if like their hitboxes are going to clip you, then you can start you know, like flipping and everything, and teammates can peel you if you get GB'd. But, like BP's a hard character to play in team fights. A hard character to play in 2v2s, probably one of the hardest. He doesn't have any safety nets. All right, they've gotten a gank.
Yes, but no.
Hmm. They fed Venge, which not a good idea here. He needed to peel that. He just needed to Zon could Zon could have just neutral zoned when he got GB'd. Yeah, boom, right here, neutral zone.
Yes. Thanks.
Nice. Yeah, he's gonna get ganked. One guy's gonna push. Alright, they still don't have a mid lane, which is a problem. The enemies right now, what they have is they have A point and they have mid lane. So what they're doing right now is they're pushing C to stall your point gen, which is really bad because right now they're gaining points while you're gaining nothing. And they just lost the fight, so that's a huge point deficit. They don't really have great renown either. The enemies are up in that department as well. So he's gonna try to backcap A. Even if he gets the point, this is still really hard to come back from just by the points. He does get it. Yeah, they're gonna gank him real quick though. He let them have the point. It's not a great idea. He should have like been further on it to, you know. I mean, that was pretty Pretty sensible that they're gonna do that. Okay, he's just letting the BP take the 1v1. I guess they're just clearing through mid. I mean, this isn't like, I mean, it is winning in Zerk's favor, but it's not like now he's not even winning.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
I'm
we could have just flipped them.
fuck off. Yes, get ganked.
I don't know what his teammates were doing during that time. Trying to clear through mid, maybe. Yeah, I think they were, and they just lost the fight. A lot of bad fight decisions, as well as like rotations and stuff like that. He's trying to decide on who to help, and he should not help the guy at A. I think that guy's just in a 1v1, so you just leave him in the 1v1. You know, if he wins it, great. If he loses it, I mean, you'll be breaking, but you know, you gotta win this mid fight. If your team loses that mid fight, which is good, he stayed behind and helped, but overall he got isolated and then flashed. But I mean, that was basically unwinnable because they had flask anyway, so